Hey guys! Today we're going to do a 30-minute power yoga flow, mainly vinyasa based, meaning we'll be flowing through the movements quite quickly, but I'll explain them as we go. Some of the movements are pretty advanced, but feel free to modify where you need to. Though I am the yoga teacher, the real yoga teacher is always yourself. You know what feels good for your body. Don't do something if it is painful. So coming into a comfortable seated position, whether that's just crossed-legged or coming into your lotus leg position, we're just going to start by setting our intentions. What would you like to be feeling by the end of this practice? What brought you to your mat today? Reminding ourselves that this is only 30 minutes of our time. This is all that needs our attention right now. Everything else can wait. Maybe your intention for that reason is to be more present, completely letting go of the outside world for a little while. Time for yourself, to tune into yourself. Alright, so coming up to the front of our mats, we're just going to start with 3 sun salutations, reaching all the way up, back extension, and fold forward. Coming up flat back, jump or step into plank, slow lower chaturanga, push up dog, push away, downward facing dog. Bend your legs, look forward, jump or step to the top of your mat, folding forward one more time, flat back and reach all the way up. And seal, hands to heart. Now reaching all the way up again, fold forward, jumping back, slow lower chaturanga, press up dog, push away, downward facing dog. Remembering to breathe, jumping back up, fold forward, flat back, breathe out, and all the way back up. One more time, inhale, reach up, and exhale, fold forward. This time transitioning to sun salutation B. I'll be guiding you through it. From downward facing dog, reaching your right leg up, keeping your hips straight, then bend the knee, hips turn outwards. Breathing into it, then bringing that same leg all the way through in between your hands, reaching up into warrior one pose. Hold. Exhale, come out to warrior two. Front heel aligned with the back arch of your left foot. Resting your right hand onto the right thigh to side angle pose. If you can, taking a bind. Straightening both the legs and coming into an extended triangle pose, looking up towards your fingertips. Then framing your hands back forward and coming up into your down dog, leg comes up and bringing it back down. Coming down into your plank through vinyasa, up dog, now reaching our left leg up, hips straight, allowing it to open, bending. Then bringing it all the way forward in between the arms, into warrior one, other side. Turning out into warrior two. Arm on the thigh, opening into extended side angle, taking a bind if you have the mobility here, remembering to breathe in and out. Straightening out the leg if you can. Reaching up into extended triangle pose. Hands come down, frame the foot, push all the way back up into one leg downward facing dog. Bringing that leg down, bend the knees, look forward, jump or step back, all the way up and hands to center. Now sinking down into chair pose. Keeping your palms together, turning outwards, looking up towards the sky. Then turning to the other side, spinal twist. Coming back to center, place your fingertips and reach all the way up. Then fold forward. Come into plank, up dog, down dog. Bend the legs, jump forward, and all the way back up. Reaching back, breathe. A few deep breaths, catching your breath here. One more time, folding forward. Jump or step back into plank, slow lower, pushing up, and then just sinking your hips back into a child's pose. Coming up onto all fours. Taking some cat-cows at your own pace. In on the exterior tilt, out on the posterior tilt. Then coming down onto your forearms after that little rest. Downward facing dog on our elbows. And just 3 times we're gonna shift our weight forward into plank and then shift it back into that elbow downward dog. And back forward and back up. Then lifting one leg up and then the other leg up. Really building strength for all the arm balances. Then if it's in your practice, coming up onto our forearms, forearm stand, pincha, playing with the legs as much as you like, maybe into splits, or straightening them and trying to build the core strength. Whatever feels fun for you here, whatever you're working on, or if you're not up into this yet, just hold that forearm downward facing dog. Maybe bending the legs into a frog position or bringing them towards your head. Shifting the gaze, going into a hollow back position, bending or straightening both the legs. Coming out and pushing back up into downward facing dog. 3 deep breaths here. Then shifting our weight forward into plank, slow lower chaturanga, press up dog, push away, down dog. Deep breath in, then bring your right leg back up in between our arms, into warrior 1, breathe out into warrior 2, and reverse warrior looking all the way up towards your hands. Then bending forward into our extended triangle pose. Turn forward, firm the foot, push back into plank, slow lower, upward dog, downward dog. Other leg forward in between the arms, warrior 1, out into warrior 2, reaching back, reverse warrior looking up towards the sky. forward into extended triangle, up towards the fingertips. Both hands forward, frame the foot, push back into plank, slow lower, press up dog, push away, down dog. Bend the knees, jump forward, and reach all the way up, hands to heart center. Reaching up, inhale, fold forward, exhale. Jump or step back, turning out into side plank, possibly grabbing the leg and reaching it up if that's in your practice. Maybe even grabbing the other leg. Another variation of our extended side plank. Flipping it forward or coming down into splits as far as you can go. Maybe reaching out into a back bend, opening up the heart. Folding forward over the front leg. Then pushing all the way back up into plank. Turning out over onto the other side, extended side plank variations. Or just holding a high side plank here, building up the strength. Bottom leg now. Flipping it forward, other side split. Reaching back and reaching forward. Pushing back up, downward facing dog. Shifting weight forward, high plank. Going back over to the other side, looking up, and taking your back foot, reaching all the way out into wild thing. Holding and breathing, fully extended. Flipping back over into plank, right away into our other side, same thing. Finding strength and stillness in the pose. Flip back forward, plank, slow lower chaturanga, press, up dog, push away, downward facing dog. Couple breaths here. Bend the knees and look forward. Jump or step to the top of your mat, folding, reaching all the way back up. Hands all the way out and back up. Fold forward, jump or step back, press up and push away. Left leg all the way up, extended. Gently bringing it down and then bringing our other leg up. Extended. Back down, jump or step to the top of our mat, fold forward. From here, lifting our chest up and bringing our leg straight back, right leg. Bring your hands out, reaching, toes out, reaching long into airplane pose. Now dropping one arm and reaching the other up, turn it out into half moon pose. Looking up towards the fingertips. Exhale, folding forward into our standing split. Holding strong and breathing here. If you can try reaching behind. Maybe releasing both your hands. It's okay if you fall out of it, as I do. Just having fun. Then folding forward. All the way back up. Breathe. And exhale, fold forward. Jump or step back into plank, slow, lower. Press. Look up and push away. downward facing dog. Bend the knees, jump forward, and other side coming into our airplane. Extending out opposite directions, creating stability. Core tight, back tight. Turn out into half moon. Getting your balance here. It's a hard one. We're not here to do anything perfectly. Push back, standing split. Hold and breathe. Release. Folding deep. Maybe noticing how much deeper you can fold now. Back up, hands to heart. Now turning out forwards onto your mats or whatever you're doing this on. Gently bend forward with a flat back. Wide straddle fold here. If you can bend forward really well, you may want to put your legs actually closer together so that you don't hit your head to the ground if your legs are too far out into a straddle pose. Now sinking down onto one side lunge here, taking a bind around that knee if you can. Shifting over to the other side gently. Binding and looking up. Then coming back into our straddle fold here. If you can, putting your head down and coming up into a headstand. Whatever entrance is easier for you. Bringing your legs together, maybe opening them. Strengthening the core and the back. Stabilizing yourself and clearing your mind, only focused on the balance. Maybe doing some circles or taking your legs into splits. Whatever is fun for you here or whatever position you can hold for these breaths. And drop down. Release into your child's pose. Forward, nicely, gently laid down on the grass or the mat. Checking in, reminding yourself of your intention. Now coming up to the front of your mat, we're going to take our camel pose. First, gently stretching your back out, looking up towards the sky, then bringing one arm back, the other arm back. Gaze up, chin tucked, thighs pressing forward. Maybe taking variations of bringing your hands all the way to your feet, extending, opening up the throat chakra, dropping your head to the ground, or whatever's comfortable. Out into upward dog, maybe bending the legs. And now into a very advanced back bend here, bow pose. But as you can see here, if we take a front grip, everybody should be able to do this pretty nicely. And then if we flip the grip, we can go up even higher. And this is where it gets really hard. But if you keep working at it, these poses do become comfortable. And it's not about what poses you can do, it's about the feelings that we can create during our practice, as it's never about the work out, but the work in. Coming now to all fours, stretching out the wrists, and then into our chin stand, if it's in your practice. Taking a bend, maybe playing with the legs. Then gently rolling out of it, push up dog. maybe bending the leg and push out, downward dog. Bend the knees, look forward, top of the mat, folding forward, flat back and reach all the way up. Now coming into chair, we inhale to extend and exhale, release, fold forward. Coming into crow, bringing one up and the other up. Hold. Maybe taking toe taps. Jumping back into chaturanga, press, up dog. Push away. Jump or step back, fold. Sinking into chair, we're going into our side crow pose. Possibly straightening out the legs. Maybe separating them into a split. And just coming out comfortably, we're gonna do it on the other side. Turning over, pressing up and straightening the legs. Maybe opening them into a split. Then from chair, we're reaching our arm back behind the leg, sinking down into 8 angle pose, best you can. And just fall out of it if you can't get out very gracefully. And other side, as you can see from a front view here, sticking your leg underneath and pushing out. Then bringing both legs underneath, we're pushing up into firefly pose, legs straight. Dropping the sit bones down, bringing the opposite hand to foot up behind you into compass pose. Same thing, other side. Other leg, this time attempting to bring the foot behind your head. Really opening up the hip. Then the other leg, holding and remembering to breathe. Then crossing your legs into a lotus position, flip it forward in an up dog facing position. And then bring it back and fold over top, deepening the stretch. Then we bring the other leg up, flip the legs, and do the same thing, pushing back, looking up, and then sitting back and folding forward. Now bringing one knee directly over the other, we're just gonna take some side stretches here, one side and the other side. Breathing deeply. Stretch out over top, forward. And then straightening out the legs, you should be able to flip around and be on the other side stretch. It's a fun way to get to the other side. Same thing here, fold forward. Then shake the legs out straight in front of you and fold. Maybe lacing the fingertips behind your toes, or just folding as far as you can, releasing tension. Bending the knees and straightening up onto our toes, holding Lalasana, pendant pose. Then straightening into forward fold on your toes and bending back down. Inhale, extend, exhale, bend. Inhale, extend, exhale, bend. Coming back into chair, this time up high on our toes. Then fold forward. Flat back, jump into plank, slow lower, push up dog, press downward facing dog. Bend the knees, jump, step forward, and reach all the way back up, hands to heart center. Now we're going to be trying dancer pose. So reach back, put your foot on the back of your back foot, possibly flipping the grip to make it a little bit more accessible here. Just trying to find balance. It's okay if you wobble a little bit like me. Reaching your hand out straight in front of you, looking forward, just finding stability here and breathing. If you can, if it's in your practice, you can go into a full dancer pose here, grabbing with your other hand as well, straightening your leg as far as you can, comfortably, not forcing it, knowing that each day with your practice it'll get even stronger. Great job. Then working into the other side, same thing. Working on our balance. Hand out in front of you, looking straight, comfortably, flipping the grip if you can and bringing it into the full pose. This is very advanced and it took me many years. I had a Dorito type shape, little triangle for a long time, and now it's pretty straight. Just takes time and patience, and that's actually the most important thing that you'll learn. It's more important than getting the pose is the lessons that you learn through working towards it. Possibly taking it into a scale if you have that in your practice, just straightening it out completely with one leg, and then we do that on the other side as well. Other variation is just going out into an arabesque or bringing your leg a little bit higher into an airplane. Now reaching back, hands to heart. Couple breaths here in mountain, then reaching all the way back up, and if you can into a bridge, or you could lay down on your head and then slowly press up, which is a safer way to do this if you have not done it very often or don't have the flexibility yet. If you can, straightening out the legs, maybe bending into it, working with the hollow back position. Maybe bringing up a leg, other side as well, or just holding the normal bridge if that's what is challenging you right now. Other variations, hip openers, crossing it over top, and if you can, lifting up from this, or simply dropping down to your head first and then coming back up and meeting in mountain. Then we fold forward, breathe out. Gently bending the knees and finding a seat here. Slowly rolling all the way down onto your back, knees to chest. Maybe rolling out your back here, whatever feels good for you. Then softening into the mat or grass or floor. Grounding, bringing one knee up towards the chest, opening up the hip. Turning it outwards, looking to the opposite side. Hand reached out, other side up towards the chest. Bring it out, open, and look the opposite direction towards which way the knee is faced out. Then you bring both knees to chest. One more time, this time straightening the leg. Don't worry about how high you can get your leg, just opening up the hamstrings here. Switching over to the other side. Gently pulling as high as you can go. And then bringing both out into a straddle. Or just taking some happy baby, bringing one leg straight, other leg straight. Rocking back and forth, whatever feels good and comfortable for you. One more time, hugging the knees to chest. Then roll back up to seated. It's up to you if you'd like to end the practice here, or if you'd like to take advantage of all your muscles that are warmed up. You can work on whatever's fun for you, such as more advanced poses like handstands. Here, that's what I'm working on. A little unbalanced on this day, but I know that there'll be a day afterwards that I'll feel even stronger in it. And it's just about trying. Working on presses here, some bridges, just doing what's fun before I head into my Shavasana. If you'd like, skip forward to the last 2 minutes of the video to get an instructed Shavasana. Just focusing on balance here, stability, not worried about anything. One more gentle back bend or upward dog, push back into child's pose. One more time, knees to chest. And then gently release everything, sinking into the floor as we go into our Shavasana. Palms up, legs gently turned out, shoulder width apart. Feeling supported, relaxed, proud of the practice that you've done today. Soaking in the work-in from this workout. Remembering that the 30 minutes of time that you've allowed yourself to just be is available to you at any time you need. That this ability to be present will help you in so many areas of your life. The ability to not judge our own thoughts, but to see them as what they are. Just thoughts. You don't have to agree with all of them. They don't define who you are. The most youest you can be is when you have a quiet mind and you feel at ease. Now you can slowly shake your hands, shake your feet, carry what you can forward with you. Thank you so much for attending today. Namaste.